Mettle. And hello from Piper too. You can see Piper. Say hello, Piper. Piper is the most disciplined dog in the world, obviously. Which is why I've brought her to show you today, because we're on discipline still in the Mettle notes. And I've been thinking quite a lot about discipline because they've been in our notes, as I'm sure you lot have. And discipline is where sort of God the Father comes in, because God's trying to discipline us, but he knows the best way to discipline. Now, this puppy here, she came to us last year after we lost our poor Monty at Easter. So she's not been with us quite 12 months yet, and she still has accidents, and it's a real pain. Most of the time, though, it's when she does have an accident, it's not her fault, it's the fact that we haven't got there in time. Although you might get a different story off Holly. But these days when you train a dog, you are told not to scold them for having those accidents. So we don't tell her off, do we? No. But when she does her mess outside, we give her a treat. And that's how we're training her. Now, it's not been the fastest training in the world. She's a bit blonde. Don't tell her. Don't tell blondes either. But you know, it's working. And she loves us. And she's not scared of us. And I think that when we think about discipline... So you going? Okay, bye-bye. When we think about discipline, we think about being told off. God pointing a finger perhaps and saying, you shouldn't have done that, or you shouldn't have said that. But actually the way people try and discipline is by saying, you've done that really well. And I believe God wants to say that to us whenever we've done something really well. He wants to come to us and say, well done, well done. Now, many of us aren't used to that. I grew up in a very loving home, but there wasn't a lot of well dones to be had, because you're expected just to do a lot of stuff. But, you know, sometimes you need a well done just for breathing through the day, because things feel tough. So alongside being disciplined by God and letting him tell us when we're doing things well, I wondered if we could help discipline our friends. Not by telling them off, not by wagging a finger and saying, oh, you did that wrong, but by when they do something that is really special or nice, actually saying, that was really thoughtful of you, thank you. Or, thank you so much for thinking of me, I didn't think anyone would think of me. And that's how I'd like us to be disciplining. It changes the word completely, because it's no longer about shouting or being smacked or any of the ways that have been used to discipline people. If we look back in history, it's never really worked when we've done that. But when we've loved people, given them freedom, let them make mistakes, and then forgiven them and helped them through anyway, that's when it works. And I believe that's how God's working in us. So if you have a bad day, forgive yourself and ask God's forgiveness and pick yourself up and get on with it. You might have been disciplined, but in a very loving and caring way. If one of your friends does something really good, then say to them, thank you. I needed that and I'm really grateful. People will do things that they feel help. So let's tell people when stuff helps. Anyway, we are in the discipline section for the last bit, so I hope you can hold on in there. God disciplines us for our good in order that we may share in his holiness. That's today's verse. But I flicked ahead a bit because I like to. And I was looking, and we're coming on to talent. I don't know if that means there's going to be a Mettle group X Factor, or I'd quite like the voice as long as I can be in one of the spinny chairs. But we're going to be talking about talent, and you lot are all really talented. So I can't wait to chat about that with you. See you soon. Bye.